Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. It's the 11th, it's May, it's 2025, and today is Mother's Day, apparently. So, to all you mothers out there, you got it done. There it is. Good for you. But here we go. A lot of really wacky things are happening right now. I didn't really want to do a video tonight, but I am because I don't know. I don't know. I have gotten some unbelievable drive to get out as much information as humanly possible, and I think I get the answer to why suddenly, after 5 years of an attorney trying to get my channels back, magically, all of a sudden, I got them back. This might have an awful lot to do with it. So, for whatever reason, I got several emails and many comments of people asking me what happened to Into Thin Air. And I said, I don't know. I don't know the kid personally, but I've texted back and forth with him, but I know I don't keep tabs on him. Well, I found him. Well, he showed back up. How's that?
All right, everyone, welcome back. May 11th, 2025. Happy Mother's Day. On a happy note, on a not so happy note, I have some information to share with you that some of you may or may not heard about, but take a look at this. The National Weather Service on alert after a conspiracy group threatens its radar sites. Now, again, this has made national headlines over the last couple days, and I want to go over some of it for you. St. Louis. This coming out of St. Louis, Missouri. The National Weather Service is on heightened alert after recent threats from a malicious-styled group that believes the agency's Doppler radar systems are being used as weather weapons. Initial reports indicate that the group is identified by CNN as Veterans on Patrol. I've heard of this group before. In fact, some of the people I work with have actually interviewed this guy on separate occasions. A friend of mine from about 6 or 7 months ago interviewed this guy, and then Ariana Masters, for those of you that don't know, she's a big personality on Instagram right now, and she has also interviewed this guy who has been looked at and pretty much blamed for this militia group or as being part of this militia group. It's very strange stuff. As far as the threats and warnings go, take a look at this. CNN reports that NOAA officials have received internal warnings about the group advocating for penetration drills. These people are actually planning on going and attacking these radar sites. I don't know how much truth there is to this, or if this is a big false flag type story where this is a bunch of feds that are in this group, just like many believe this man right here, Michael Lewis Arthur Mayer, who's been the one that's been investigated apparently by the FBI. His wife has come online saying that he's crazy, all sorts of things like that. So this may be a complete Fed job. It would not be the first time and certainly will not be the last time. So you got to take these types of stories with a grain of salt, because this entire group, this entire militia could be just loaded with feds. So clearly they're taking this very seriously. Apparently they have the FBI stationed, or at least officials watching these areas, some of these NextRad radar towers. Now also,
You see, anybody that's doing something like that, even though this is probably completely made up, who knows? Who knows? You got the president talking about dropping habeas corpus. Well, to me, that doesn't make any difference because they haven't followed the Constitution since at least 9/11. But on that, I will digress.
Well, the Constitution is clear, and that, of course, is the supreme law of the land, that the privilege of the writ of habeas corpus can be suspended in a time of invasion. So I would say that's an option we're actively looking at. Look, a lot of it depends on whether the courts do the right thing or not. At the end of the day, Congress passed a body of law known as the Immigration and Nationality Act, which stripped Article 3 courts, that's the judicial branch, of jurisdiction over immigration cases. So Congress actually passed, it's called jurisdiction stripping legislation. It passed a number of laws that say that the Article 3 courts aren't even allowed to be involved in immigration cases. Many of you probably don't know this. I'll give you a good example. Are you familiar with the term temporary protected status, or TPS, right? So by statute, the courts are stripped of jurisdiction from overruling a presidential determination or a secretarial determination on TPS when the Secretary of Homeland Security makes that determination. So when Secretary Noem terminated TPS for the illegals that Biden flew into the country, when courts stepped in, they were violating explicit language that Congress had enacted, saying they have no jurisdiction. So it's not just, the courts aren't just at war with the executive branch, the courts are at war, these radical rogue judges, with the legislative branch as well too. So all of that will inform the choices the president ultimately makes, yeah.
Problem, reaction, solution. That crazy Joe Biden flew in millions of illegals, so now we have to suspend habeas corpus, which means anybody can get picked up. We told you this was going to happen before he was even set foot in office, and here it is, man. Here it is. And then you take that and tie it in with the new FBI looking at conspiracy theorists. Everything about my channel coming back suddenly makes an awful lot of sense now, doesn't it? We don't do that stuff on this channel. We don't talk about rising up. And I mean, at the height, when I had all my channels, we had an army. And I never once said, it's go time. Do you see what I'm saying? But this is where they're going with this. I told you, the immigration, everything they do with immigration is going to end up falling back on American citizens. Suspending habeas corpus is insane. It's insane, but it's part of the game. Does anybody remember when Trump was in office the first time around, and then all of a sudden everybody that was a conspiracy theorist were now a new domestic terrorism threat? Well, guess what? We are again. That never changed. But now they're just getting all the little pesky laws that protect you from the American legal system as an American out of the way. Period. Anybody that's stupid enough to go after Doppler or radar or any other installation owned by the government, that's an act of war. So you better be ready for it. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll delight nothing more than going after American citizens for trying to protect themselves against the equipment and techniques the government or the real government's using against the people. It is what it is. The only thing we've got going for us right now is the full armor of God. That's it. Anybody that is literally planning on doing something stupid, play stupid games, you will win stupid prizes. And that's all there is to it. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. In all my years, with all the views, with all the subscribers and all the channels, I have never once told people to rise up whatsoever at all. So I just find the timing of this really strange with me getting my channels back. But again, I digress. So tomorrow at around 5:30 Eastern Standard Time, myself and Many Fish are going to do a live stream on this channel. And we're going to talk about things like the little season and a bunch of other things that are happening right now because the world's getting wacky and there are signs all over the place. I don't want to spoil the fun, but I'll tell you about it tomorrow. At any rate, Richie from Boston, I got to go to bed. I'm out.